Parrish Learning Zone in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I'm going to talk to you today about a question that we get a lot here at Parrish Learning Zone, and that is whether your student should take, as a student, you should take the SAT or the ACT test. We used to get this question all the time, and the tests were really different. And now we get this question because the SAT has changed, and the new version of the SAT is very similar to the ACT. So a lot of people are wondering how they can determine if they should take the SAT test or the ACT test. The long way to figure this out is to take a practice test of each type of exam, and that's still what we would suggest if you have plenty of time. But what I'll tell you about in this video is some short ways to figure out if the SAT test or the ACT is better for you. So first of all, you should take the SAT test if time limits really stress you out. So if you panic when you're faced with a time limit, or you really want to get to every question, and the idea of not getting to every question really stresses you out, then the SAT is for you. On the SAT, you get 1 minute and 10 seconds for each question, whereas on the ACT, you only get 49 seconds per question. If you're a visual learner, you might also prefer the SAT. The new SAT is full of charts, graphs, and tables, which would appeal to a visual learner. If you do not excel at science, you should probably stick to the SAT. Although the SAT has science on all of the portions of the test, science questions, there's not an actual science section on the SAT like there is on the ACT. And a lack of science knowledge or a lack of talent in science is not as likely to impact your score on the SAT as it is on the ACT test. If you like to have lots of free practice and you'll take advantage of that free practice, you should definitely take the SAT. The SAT has a free mobile app with daily practice, free comprehensive test practice through the Khan Academy, and free downloadable practice tests. And not all of that is offered with the ACT. If you didn't really care for a geometry class, that's another reason to take the SAT. The ACT has far more geometry than the new redesigned SAT does. If you can analyze text well but get frustrated spending a lot of time trying to find one little detail that's required for a question, you might want to take the SAT. The SAT gives line numbers for a lot of the questions that require you to find detailed information. But the SAT also requires you to analyze and to provide evidence. So you need to make sure that you're strong in that area of reading comprehension. So now I'm going to give you some reasons that you might prefer to take the ACT. If you're one of those students that can take a multiple choice test and you know the right answer but can't quite explain why it's the right answer, the ACT might be better for you. The SAT contains a lot of evidence-based questions where you have to find the part of the passage that supports your answer to a previous question. If you're a student that has trouble telling why your answer is the correct answer, you just feel like you know that it is, but can't provide that proof, you might do better on the ACT reading section. If you really are attached to your calculator, you might want to stick with the ACT. The new redesigned SAT has a no calculator math portion that students who are really attached to their calculator might not like very much. If you struggle with vocabulary, or if you find complex vocabulary difficult, you might prefer the ACT. The SAT still has more complex vocabulary, harder passages, and more words even in the math section of the test. If you have a really strong understanding of science, particularly experimental design, you might want to take the ACT. The SAT science questions focus on charts, graphs, and tables, whereas the ACT science questions focus on your understanding of experimental design. If you want to know exactly what to expect and the unknown gives you anxiety, you also want to stick with the ACT. The ACT test is the same as it has been, and there haven't been very many new changes or revisions, whereas the SAT is an all-new test this year. So if you want to know exactly what to expect on test day and shortly after, you want to stick to the ACT this year. So those are some reasons why you might want to consider taking the ACT or the SAT. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you'd like more information on getting prepared for the SAT or the ACT test, contact us at Parrish Learning Zone by going to our website, www.parrishlearningzone.com, or calling 540-999-8759.